year long.
Western wins the match 1-0 and will advance to the state championship.
Strike 3. That is the 6th strikeout.
142nd career win in the state bowl.
We are in Jim Thorpe tonight. It's Schuylkill League football. It's Jim Thorpe and North Schuylkill. Hi, everyone. Along with Jim Nunemaker, I'm Bob Capasso. Glad to have you along, both on Blue Ridge 13 and across the Commonwealth on PCN, the Pennsylvania Cable Network. We have a great one tonight. 5-0 Jim Thorpe and 5-0 North Schuylkill.
First thing I have to do is thank George, your regular colleague, for taking the night off, and for you inviting me to come back and do this game, because it should be a heck of a football game. As you say, both teams 5-0, doesn't get any better than that.
Right, they start Schuylkill Division I play, so it gets very important here for these two teams, because not only is a lot of points for districts on the line, but that first place in Division I as well.
Not only that, the District 11 3A situation is very much involved in tonight. Only 4 teams out of, I believe, 8 we discovered will make the playoffs this year. And points are going to be at a minimum, or a premium, I should say. And tonight, whoever wins this ball game is going to rack up some premium points.
Right, these two teams are going to run the ball, and it starts for Jim Thorpe with C.J. Selby. He has been outstanding. He is a big kid, but has a lot of speed as well.
Yes, he does, and he's run for over 800 yards, 819 to be exact, on I think 62 carries, scored 12 touchdowns. He's going to be the #1 threat that North Schuylkill is going to have to figure out how to stop. It will be interesting to see exactly what defensive scheme they come up with in order to stop Selby, because, as you said, these teams run the ball. They do not throw the ball. So the #1 situation for North Schuylkill will be stopping Selby.
And the front line of that defense is linebacker Tyler Elston. He has been strong.
Yes, he has 40 tackles this year. Last week, against a good Mount Carmel team, he had 13 tackles. He will probably spy Selby. I would not be surprised if where Selby goes, Elston goes. That would be my guess.
On the other side, it's their quarterback that has the big rushing numbers, Jaden Libby.
Yeah, he had a career night last week. He scored 4 touchdowns against Mount Carmel. And again, Mount Carmel is no pushover. They're a good football team. They were 3-1 going into last week's game. Their only loss coming to perennial state power Southern Columbia. He had 4, the shortest of which was 39 yards. Everything was 50 yards or more. So he's going to be good. He has scored 11 touchdowns. He's run for over 950 yards already this year. He's going to be the focus of the Jim Thorpe defense. No question about that.
This will certainly be the biggest test for this Red Swarm defense of Jim Thorpe, led by Dylan Daly.
Yeah, he's a defensive end, and he's going to have the job of reading the quarterback as the quarterback reads the defense. He's got to make a decision as to whether or not he's going to stay with the quarterback or whether or not he's going to go for the back to whom Libby is faking the ball. Not an easy task. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Daly is not given the responsibility to tackle the quarterback every play. Don't worry about who gets the ball. You tackle Libby. If he has the ball, fine. If he doesn't have it, that's okay too.
It's going to be fun tonight. 5-0 Jim Thorpe, 5-0 North Schuylkill. Our starting lineups and the opening kickoff are coming up.
One of the common problems we get phone calls about is power outages. All garage door openers have a manual release located directly above the door. Disengage the garage door by reaching up for that red cord and pulling down on the trolley assembly. Once the garage door is in the manual operation, you'd want to secure it with one of the locks that should be provided on the door. When the power is restored, do the reverse, disengaging it to put it in your manual mode.
We love garages, we'd love to do yours at Palmerton Garage Doors.
First Northern Bank & Trust has deep roots in our community. Chartered 100 years ago, First Northern Bank & Trust has grown to 11 branches in the Poconos and Lehigh Valley. Longtime bank employees take pride and pleasure in providing a broad range of services to generations of customers. Today, First Northern Bank & Trust offers the latest in banking technology like remote deposits and online banking. For personal and business banking accounts and loans, contact First Northern Bank & Trust. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Doyle Heffley is fighting for Carbon County every day to create jobs and protect taxpayers. Representative Heffley voted to completely eliminate school property taxes and voted against the nearly $3 billion personal income tax increase. Heffley helps lead a bipartisan task force combating the crime and drug epidemics, and Heffley has successfully fought to increase education spending in every school district in Carbon County. Re-elect Doyle Heffley for state representative. He's one of us.
It's time for the Clash of the Titans.
Rentschler Chevrolet.
Rentschler Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
Team Chevrolet, led by the Equinox and the Silverado pickup. Strong competitors saving you thousands in rebates or low lease payments.
Break the huddle. See the legendary Jeep Cherokee with $5,000 off, or the restyled 19 Ram with $80 available, up to $11,000 off.
Time out.
No matter who you're rooting for,
you're the winner with Rentschler family of dealerships.
Rentschler's just minutes away in Slatington.
Once again tonight, Schuylkill League football. It's Jim Thorpe and North Schuylkill. Before we get going, let's go to our game time weather and Dave.
Well, finally, we have a decent Friday night football night to talk about. Let's go right to Jim Thorpe here and see what's going on for kickoff. Mostly clear conditions, winds out of the west, only 3.5 miles per hour. It is going to be a spectacular night out there. As far as the rest of the game goes, against North Schuylkill, we're looking at temperatures slowly dropping through the 50s tonight. So it's going to be pretty nice out there, even afterwards if you have any plans late tonight after the game. Now let's get back to Olympian Stadium.
Thank you, Dave. Time now for our starting lineups, brought to you by Rentschler Chevrolet. No matter what you're looking for, Rentschler has it on Route 873 in Slatington. We start offensively with the Spartans. There's Jaden Leiby, just a junior at quarterback. Jake Green is the fullback. He will block. He has only carried the ball 3 times this year. And the tailback will actually be Mitch Wagner getting the start in there for Zach Shawansky. Justin Cabbage and Dylan Dietz are the wide receivers. Jesse White is the tight end. And up front, Ryan Whites is the center. Brian Ditzik and Danny Tomtishin. John Parhai and Jack Kemsey. That's the front line. It's a big group.
For the Olympian defense, up front, we'll get to it in a moment, I'm sure. Ethan Mordaunt is a defensive tackle along with Derek Hunter, defensive end Kendall Herron, and Dylan Daly, whom we highlighted in our pregame. The linebackers, Colin Jacobs, Austin Williams, C.J. Selby. Selby we highlighted as an offensive ball player, but he also steps on the field with the defense. And in the secondary, Noah Sniski, J.C. Sandoval, Luis Valdez, and Dominic Madera.
A lot of those same guys on the offensive side. Roberto Santiago has done a nice job stepping in at quarterback this year. Austin Williams, the fullback. There is Selby, 819 yards, 12 touchdowns, 13 overall this season. Kendall Herron, Jaron Geisinger, who had a huge game last week, 5 touchdowns, and Nathan Roshak. And up front, this is a pretty big group too. Brandon Becker is the center. Ethan Mordaunt and Nick Trovarello are the guards. Kobe Frickland gets the start at right tackle this week. William Munson is the left tackle.
Defensively for North Schuylkill up
North
front.
Schuylkill has won the toss, and you've elected to receive. Am I correct
Jake
on that?
Green,
Okay,
Jesse White,
right, you guys
Jack
are gonna kick
Kempsey,
with your back to
and
the
Jason Lipshaw. The two inside linebackers, Keith Stavinsky and Tyler Elsden. And in the secondary, Tyler Shell, Brandon Rockwell, Mitch Wagner, Zach Chawanski, and Dylan Dietz.
As you heard, North Schuylkill has won the toss, and they will receive. They will move right to left. We walked the field before the game, and it's very muddy. It is very soft. It may be an issue tonight. We did not really determine if there was a better spot or a better direction to go. Keys to the game brought to you by First Northern Bank and Trust Company, and we'll get to the keys in a moment, but first we'll have our national anthem.
And also remain standing for our alma mater.
Our national anthem, the Jim Thorpe Marching Band, back to our First Northern keys to the game. And Jim, these are two big lines.
Yes, and I think this game will be decided at the line of scrimmage. Whichever team executes both the game plan and the fundamentals, such as blocking, and if you're on the defense, tackling, will determine the outcome. You have great skill people, but for skill people to do their thing, they've got to get started. I don't know if you remember, many years ago, we did a Lehighton game against Marion, and Robbie Fry was the tailback for Lehighton. You remember that game?
Right, yeah.
He went on to the University of Connecticut, had a successful career there, was interviewed or given a tryouts for some pro teams. This kid was good. Marion shut him down because he never got to the line of scrimmage. They got so much penetration.
Mark Rosenberger, head coach of Jim Thorpe, says you got to win first down both sides of the ball.
No question about that. And the reason behind that thinking is they want to put the defense, or the offense, in second and third and long. Neither team, as we mentioned before, likes to throw the football. It's not something they're comfortable with. And so Coach Rosenberger, and I'm sure Coach on the far side feels the same way. Make the other team do things they're not comfortable with, and that comes from second and long, third and long.
And in big games, probably a close game, the little things may make a difference, and that means mistakes.
Yeah, and I hope that's not the way this game turns out. I want to see this game won by the team that executes the fundamentals better than the other team. I don't want to see it come down to penalties, fumbles, or anything of the like. The one thing that may come in, won't be a mistake, but it won't be a matter of executing the fundamentals, is the condition of the field. As we talked earlier, the field is not in good shape, and there will be slipping and sliding tonight.
Josh Stankiewicz and Jaden Leiby are deep, and it's going to be Leiby at the 10-yard line. 20, the middle of the field is his direction. He'll get to the 26, and that is where they will start. I beg your pardon, that is number 8, Danny Grigas, on the run back. So that is where North Schuylkill will start. Jaden Leiby Well, he throws very effectively. 20 for 40, 50%. He's good when he has to be.
Yes, but as you'll notice, only 2 passing touchdowns, Bob, so that's not a major part of their offense by any means.
Of course, the running numbers are big. He's closing in on 1,000 on first down. He will give to Wagner. Wagner to the middle of that line, and he is stopped right at the line of scrimmage, and at least for the first play, it's the Red Swarm that wins that battle.
You also notice nobody stayed with Libby as he comes out here. Daly looked at him, but then went for Wagner.
Second and 10. Wagner again. Nice hole there. Slips out across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Derek Hunter, the sophomore defensive tackle, is there to make the stop. It's a gain of 5.
Speaking of sophomores, I think there are only 2 sophomores on the field tonight, which tells you that we have 2 experienced football teams here.
Third and 5. Wagner again. Wagner breaks through. He slips away. He's into the secondary. Wagner will go the distance. No flags. And it is a 69-yard touchdown run.
My guess, North Schuylkill came into this game figuring Jim Thorpe's going to be focusing on Libby, so we're going to run Wagner, which they did on 3 downs, and now they have a score on the 3rd play from scrimmage.
So Mitch Wagner goes 69 yards for the touchdown. Mitchell Lavelle will attempt the extra point. And somebody moved in the middle of the line.
Brandon Rockwell. Direction 24. Mitchell Lavelle.
Okay, it's against Jim Thorpe, which raises an interesting question. Do you take the penalty half the distance to the 1.5-yard line and go for 2? That's what the official is asking the North Schuylkill sideline.
Defense, half the distance to the goal. Hill to try.
James Toomey is our referee, and here comes the offense.
Right.
If you are North Schuylkill and you have a line of 265, 233, 255, 242, 275, you have to believe you can get 1.5 yards.
With that said, you better get it, because if you don't, you're going to be you could conceivably be chasing that point the rest of the night.
From the pistol, Wagner behind Libby. Libby will roll right, run for the corner, and he is not going to get there. Yes, he did. Oh, there's a late call. Noah Snisky had him, thought he had him short of the goal line. However, Libby is able to get in for the 2-point conversion.
That, of course, could be big. It's a good tackle, by the way. But looking at it from here, when we're not on the goal line, it does look as though he were in. The ball were across the goal line. But again, we're not on the goal line.
Just moments into this game, 10:39 remains. First quarter on the Palmerton Garage Door scoreboard. It's North Schuylkill 8 and Jim Thorpe nothing. That is just the second score of any kind against Jim Thorpe this season. Their first came last week in the first quarter against Midwest.
And that was the only score against them last week. So
they proceeded to put up 55 after that. Jake Green will kick off, and this will be Geisinger. From the 15-30, look out, he's got speed. 2 years ago, he was the District 1100-meter champ, and he gets out to the 35, and there are 2 penalty markers that have been thrown.
I think we're going to have a headgear call here. I may be wrong, but that would be my guess. helmet to helmet.
Again, James Toomey is the referee.
That ball foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Return kicking team. Number 2. 15 yards from the end of the run. First down.
Certainly not the way you want to get started. We talked about mistakes. That's a big mistake.
Here is Roberto Santiago. He has not thrown much at all either, but he has been effective. And it will be Santiago on the keeper. He'll get down to the North Schuylkill 42-yard line where it's Libby there on the tackle.
Here again, Jim Thorpe doing something that North Schuylkill probably didn't expect. They're North Schuylkill looking at Selby.
Here is the first carry for Selby, waiting for some room. That doesn't come. He will pick up about a yard, and that will bring up 3rd and 1.
And there's number 40, Tyler Elsden. He's going to be wherever Selby is tonight.
Santiago in the pistol, Selby behind him, and now they will check the near sideline for the new call.
Another thing you can check at the line of scrimmage, Bob, how many times does the defense get penetration?
Selby, and he's going to be stopped short of a first down. Jason Lipshaw, the nose guard, was in there to bottle things up. Who's at the bottom? I can't tell. Somebody is down in that mud that made the play. It's 4th and 1, and the Olympians will go.
Boy, this is big.
Selby on the pitch. Can he get the corner? No! He cannot. It's an outstanding play by Dylan Dietz, the sophomore free safety, the second leading tackler on the Spartan team.
Yeah, that was a great defensive play. Now, again, these teams have scouted each other. I don't know if North Schuylkill knew that was the type of play Jim Thorpe would run in that type of situation. Although, let's face it, with the number of points Jim Thorpe has put on the board this year, how many times have they been in a 4th and 1 situation? So I don't know if you could have scouted that, but North Schuylkill, in the person of Dietz, was certainly ready for that.
So Libby and the Spartans take over. Here's Wagner running left. Wagner is still fighting, and then the pile will fall on him at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 4.5. Call it 5. 2nd and 5 now. Wagner missed the first 2 games of the season.
5'9", 190-pound senior.
He has come on the last couple of weeks, and somebody moved up front. So Wagner, no carries, no yards, first 2 games.
Offense, 5-yard penalty. Remain 2nd down.
Then he had just 20 in his first action in week 3, 76 in week 4, and it broke out with 119 a week ago, including a 70-yard touchdown against Mount Carmel last week. That's Dietz in motion. Libby to keep. Libby cuts up, and he'll get to the 45-yard line, a gain of perhaps 4.
And it's 3rd and 6, and that's where the penalty hurt them. Without the penalty, it would have been 3rd and a very manageable 2. But here's 3rd and 6. Not a situation you like to be faced with.
Low snap, Libby has to scoop it up, and he's thrown down. He had to reach down, had a chance, but then Dylan Daly came in and grabbed him and pulled him down.
Certainly, the conditions of the field could have been a factor in that snap from center.
Brandon Rockwell will punt.
And so Jim Thorpe going for it on fourth and not making it. No harm done.
Geisinger to return. It's an end-over-end wobbly kick that will be downed at the 27-yard line. Here are the Schuylkill Division I standings. Now they're just starting Division I play, so technically none of these teams have had a division game, but here are their total records. Thorpe, North Schuylkill. How about Tamaqua? The only team in all of the state of Pennsylvania that has not given up a point this year. Pottsville and Tamaqua match up tonight. Blue Mountain and Lehighton match up tonight. And somebody moved on the Jim Thorpe side.
Yeah, and this is what we don't want to see.
Back to the snap. False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
As I said previously, I do not want to see this game determined by penalties. The officials have to call them, of course. But I'm hoping the kids don't make mistakes that cause the yellow flags to be flying all over the place.
That's Selby who took the direct snap, bobbled the ball, and then is dropped by Tyler Eldston. Eldston with a big game last week. You mentioned the 13 tackles against Mount Carmel. North Schuylkill beat Mount Carmel 33-21. Their other wins came against Loyalsock, Shamokin, Marion, and Schuylkill Haven. They'll try to counter, and another excellent defensive play by Jason Lipshaw. Jim Thorpe's wins came against Schuylkill Haven, Marion, Panther Valley, Kutztown, and Midwest. The closest of the bunch, 28-0 against Schuylkill Haven on opening night.
I may have seen that number wrong. Okay, 66. I thought I saw 65. You're right. It was Lipshaw.
Third and long for Santiago and the Olympians. Selby goes across in motion. Santiago is going to go deep. It's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Dietz. Now Dietz has some blockers and some room to run. He'll go to the far side, cut back, and return it to the 25-yard line of Jim Thorpe. It's the first turnover of the night and a big interception for Dylan Dietz.
And right away you have to realize this is 4-down territory for North Schuylkill as we take another look at it. Ball overthrown. Throwing the ball, not something either team likes to do. Apparently not something either team does very well. And now it's 4-down territory for North Schuylkill, which makes a big difference in the play calling.
First down now at the 25 for Libby, and the Spartans. Libby loses the football, and the Olympians have it. It's knocked loose by, I believe that was Daly who knocked it away, and Jim Thorpe has returned the favor. It is recovered by Ethan Mordaunt. The Olympians have returned 4 fumbles for touchdowns this year. They have a +4 turnover ratio coming in. Santiago keeps, tries to get outside, not much out there.
Except for Wagner's long touchdown run. The footing seems to be very, very heavy. Don't you get that sense?
Yes.
They're slow. which is understandable. This field is not in good shape, and this is not criticism of anyone except Mother Nature, who has not been very kind to grass fields.
2nd and 9, Selby. Selby running left. When we played in this, the coach used to say short, choppy steps. Frank Miller, the offensive coordinator for Jim Thorpe, called it run in the hula hoop, within the hula hoop. Meaning don't try to take a wide step and a big cut, because you're not going to make it. 3rd down and 6 for the Olympians. Santiago had trouble with his footing. Now he will tuck, he will run, and he will come up well short of a 1st down. Tyler Eldston is there again for North Schuylkill. And here comes the Olympian punt team, which has punted 1 time previous to tonight.
One of the things that is a factor in this game is the fact that Jim Thorpe has not been challenged at all this year. And the question then is, how are they going to respond to a team that is as big and as physical as North Schuylkill is?
Dylan Daly to punt. It is high but short. It will take a Jim Thorpe bounce to the 41-yard line, and that is where the Spartans will take over.
And the Spartans have had excellent field position, but they haven't done anything with it except on that first drive, which took 3 plays, capped by a 69-yard touchdown run by Mitch Wagner. But again, how will Thorpe respond to playing against a team they're equal physically?
There's Mark Rosenberger in his 21st year as head coach. He's done an outstanding job with this Olympian team. They went 10-2 last year. Leiby on the keeper. Leiby cuts up. You can see, even though he only gets a yard here, how he has been able to break away for some big plays. Daly is there again. And I think you're right. Daly is just going to be chasing as much as he can the quarterback, Leiby.
Oh, yeah. You have to. That's, I always felt the best way to play the read option, or what used to be the wishbone, play man-to-man. You're assigned with a quarterback. You're assigned with a fullback.
Wagner gets hit at the line of scrimmage, breaks away for just a yard.
Now, what we haven't seen Leiby do yet, and I'm going to assume at some point he will, he hasn't bootlegged the ball. He has always kept it in the same direction that the play starts. Sooner or later, we're going to see him bootleg. And then it will be a matter of whether the Jim Thorpe contained person stays home.
Ethan Mordaunt was the first man there for the Red Swarm.
That's going to be called illegal formation. No?
Wagner will get about 2. Kendall Herron, the defensive end, just a junior, is there on the stop. It will be 4th and 5. And here comes the Spartan punt team.
You know, I think everybody coming in expected to see a lot of offensive fireworks, and except for one play, it's been all defense.
Rockwell kicks a line drive end over end that will hop up to Geisinger. Geisinger can't get away. That's a nice special teams play downfield by Josh Chowanski, just a freshman, and he started the very fast Jaron Geisinger going down. So Jim Thorpe will take over at their own 22.
And you don't want to let Geisinger get started upfield. As you pointed out, he's got speed to burn. In fact, I'm surprised that Jim Thorpe has not yet gotten the ball to him. He's a wide receiver, but last week they got the ball to him, I believe, 4 times to run.
Here's an inside reverse. It's Dominic Madera who will spin out to the 26-yard line, where Cody Shell, a sophomore strong safety, comes up and makes the tackle. Second down. That's Selby in motion. Selby cuts up, puts his shoulder down, and rolls near first down yardage. He thought he was on top of a player and trying to get up and keep running. He will come up about a yard short of a first down.
And Jim Thorpe has to find a way to get him the ball, and as everybody likes to say, in space. And that time they had him in somewhat open space.
Dylan Dietz makes the tackle. It's 3rd and 1, a hard count by Santiago. Or Schuylkill not biting, and now Jim Thorpe will take a timeout.
Quarter.
That is the end of the first quarter.
You know, we said this would probably be a quick game, and there it is. First quarter is over already. That's it for one. North Schuylkill has the only score on the Palmerton Garage Door scoreboard. It's North Schuylkill 8, Jim Thorpe nothing.
I didn't even want to come to college because I figured I would be wasting my time since I had literally no idea what I wanted to do. I feel like it's the smart decision just to come here and find yourself where it costs less anyway. And it's not just El Tri-C, it's not just a community college. It's a place where you can get your education, make friends. It is a college experience without all the downfalls. Because I started here, I can go anywhere.
These two teams put up some pretty good offensive numbers, most of which come in the quarter we're about to start.
And the question that everybody has about Jim Thorpe coming into tonight is the fact that their schedule has been an easy one. They have played the 5 weakest teams on their schedule in their first 5 games. And that they have not been tested at all, as one can see from that. And the question was, how are they going to respond to a team that will test them?
Another Division I play. Blue Mountain leads Lehighton 7-0. Tamaqua up on Pottsville 13-0. 3rd and a yard. Selby hesitates for a moment, breaks away, and on second effort, he is going to pick up the first Jim Thorpe first down. So there's the first down for the Olympians. The tackle's made by Keith Stavinsky.
And somebody hit him right at the line of scrimmage and would have stopped him, but the second effort, as you called it, Bob, got Jim Thorpe that first down.
The Olympians at the 34. Selby in motion. They fake the speed sweep. Santiago wanted to throw. There was nothing there. And down he goes. Tyler Elston is there again. Jake Green also in for the Spartans.
And there were only 2 receivers out. They were both deep. So there was no checkoff receiver for Santiago to go to. They both went deep downfield, and they were both covered. And there's Elston, as you called it again.
Santiago on the keeper, turns up, and he gets clobbered. And it's Elston one more time.
Yeah, we were right in highlighting him. And that's a textbook tackle. You put that on video to teach kids how to tackle.
3rd and long for the Olympians. Santiago rolling right, rolling. He will tuck. There's going to be a hold. Santiago is down back near the original line of scrimmage around the 35. And I would guess that North Schuylkill would refuse this.
No,
although a hold is going to put Jim Thorpe into a deeper hole.
Right, and it's from the spot of the foul, Bob, which was about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So, no, you take this penalty. No? Okay. I'm surprised. I'm really surprised.
Offense. Penalty is declined.
James Toomey is the referee. Bo Rogers, the umpire. Jay Richmond, the linesman. Mike Carney, the line judge. The back judge is David Wapinski. Mike Shinkus, the field judge. And Mark Bronco is the side judge. Two schools of thought. Refuse it and take the ball, or push Jim Thorpe into a deeper hole and play field position.
Absolutely. Hey, North Schuylkill's undefeated. They're a good football team. They're well coached. They know what they're doing.
Daly's kick is out of bounds at the 35-yard line. And so the Spartans will take over there. These two teams slugging it out in the middle of the field.
Yeah,
we have had a lot of rain. Obviously, anybody who's watching knows that it's rained for a month, and it rained hard last night.
Yes, it did. One of the keys to this game that we didn't mention is adjustments. Both teams at this point have a pretty good idea of what the other team is doing defensively. With that said, now the offense must adjust to the defense and see what they can come up with that will enable them to move the football.
Leiby on the keeper, gets to the outside. Leiby scoots out of bounds at the 42-yard line.
I'm still waiting for the bootleg.
Make it 6. Second down and 4.
And that's what you don't want to let him do. You don't want to let him get to the outside.
And he's reading that end.
Yep.
The end came down. He went out. Wagner started left, turned to the right, spins across the 45 out to the 48-yard line, and that'll be another first down for North Schuylkill. Colin Jacobs is the first man to hit him. That is the first down since the touchdown for North Schuylkill. Luis Valdez there as well. First down, North Schuylkill. Wagner keeps. You know, I have to hesitate too in my call because I am easily faked out by that. Leiby does a great job of carrying out the fake after handing the ball off.
Yes, he does. And for the offense to be effective at all, he has to do that. That is a basic fundamental of this type of offense. If you're not going to carry out your fakes, why, you lose everything.
It's a gain of 4, and they move into Jim Thorpe territory. Wagner started right, turned the other way, and he gets collared there, and that's Daly again. Boy, we picked the two defenders.
Clearly.
Daly has done a nice job for Jim Thorpe. That's why they each lead their team in tackles.
Now, North Schuylkill has not yet thrown the ball. This is a situation in which they might. I don't know that they will, but they certainly might.
And North Schuylkill has to take a timeout.
Timeout. North Schuylkill.
8:26 remains here in the first half. Blue Mountain leads Lehighton in the other Division I game, 7-0 in the second quarter.
And you mentioned Tamaqua leading Pottsville 13-0. That also is a Division I
correct
contest.
Now here's another reason why this game is important. In District 11 3A, 8 teams went a year ago. This year, only 4 are going to go to districts, and there are 5 very good teams. There's going to be 1 very good team left out. From the Colonial League, you have Palisades and Notre Dame. From the Schuylkill here, you have Tamaqua, North Schuylkill, and Jim Thorpe.
Yeah, and where Jim Thorpe hurts is those 5 weak teams they played to begin the season, Bob. They're not going to gain any points from those games.
Also in the Schuylkill League in Division I, Marion leads Minersville 7-0. Panther Valley had an 8-7 lead on Shenandoah. Libby keeps, now rolls right, throws left to Wagner on the screen. Wagner into the open, slips a tackle, and gets thrown down at the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 15 and a first down for North Schuylkill.
Nicely executed screen pass. He gets the blockers out there in front of him, makes a nice cut. Well executed play by the Spartans.
Nate Roshak gets out there to make the tackle. It's first down, North Schuylkill at the 35 of Jim Thorpe. Here's the first handoff to Chowanski. Zach Chowanski, who started the first 4 games of the season. He'll take it for just a yard. He had some good games early on at a 32-carry, 220-yard, 3-touchdown game in Week 1 against Loyalsock.
And he's carried for 518 yards this season and 6 touchdowns.
Yeah. 130 yards in game 2, 71, then 96, and then was limited last week when Wagner took over. The snap is rolled back to Libby, and Libby is going to be pulled away and stopped by Nate Roshak, and that'll lose a yard.
And that, again, I attribute to the condition of the field. The ball can slide rather than elevate as it's supposed to. Might comment too here, Bob. I think unless Coach Hall from North Schuylkill wants to play field position, this is probably 4-down territory. We'll see what happens after this play, but I would think so.
Chowanski is sidecar left. That's Rockwell in motion. They give to Rockwell, who's going to throw. Has a man out there. He overthrows him. He wanted Dylan Dietz. Rockwell might have thrown it a little early because he was being pressured. It was Daly who got in there quickly on him to make sure he did not have a lot of time.
And North Schuylkill going to play field position as they sent the punting unit out.
Well, Rockwell did just throw a pass, although it's 4th and 11. That'll be a long way to go for a first down, so he will punt. And he will angle it to the near sideline. That's an outstanding kick that goes out of bounds at the 13-yard line. So Jim Thorpe has a long way to go. They have a first down at their own 13 with 6.5 left here in the first half.
And this first half so far has been one play. That's it. One play, 69-yard touchdown run by Mitch Wagner of North Schuylkill, and after that, nobody has done anything. Couple turnovers.
Selby's going to take the direct snap. I don't think they have 11 guys. They only have 10 guys on the field.
Our cheerleaders are going through our stands here. Again, it's all about the count. Trying to beat breast cancer or trying to beat all cancer.
So Jim Thorpe calls a timeout with 6:26 left in the half.
Excuse me, Bob. One I don't think they really wanted to take.
Timeout. Thorpe.
Stroudsburg has taken a 21-0 lead on Allen. Southern Lehigh 29-0 over Northern Lehigh. East Stroudsburg, North, and Deeriff are scoreless. Hazleton leads Delaware Valley 21-14. In the battle for the Old Oaken Bucket, Pleasant Valley leads Pocono Mountain East in the second 8-7. Nazareth leads Parkland 14-7. Northwestern over Palmerton 27-0. Wyoming Valley West 14, Wallenpaupack 7. Schuylkill Haven at the half leads Mahanoy Area 7-0. We talked about Palisades and Notre Dame. They are playing tonight. That is big in District 11 AAA. Notre Dame leads Palisades 14-0. Selby will take the direct snap, hand off the Geisinger, and they're going to try the pass. And that will be overthrown. It was played well.
And that's not the Jim Thorpe offense that their fans have been accustomed to seeing.
Noah Snisky was the intended receiver, but North Schuylkill had 3 defenders deep.
Yeah, and there was only one receiver out. The ball was going to him. There was no one else in the pattern.
And the Spartans were not fooled. Selby again will take the snap. Selby on the keeper, cuts inside, and he stopped. There was a big wall of defenders there to slow him down.
And I think if we see a replay, you'll find Elston was the first guy there in the backfield. No, I can't tell. No, it wasn't Elston for a change.
That was Jake Green who made the tackle. Back in comes Santiago, the quarterback, on 3rd and 10. Quick dump off Selby. Selby is hit in the backfield. Again, North Schuylkill comes up big defensively.
And that was another good hit.
And that is Tyler Elston again out there defensively. It loses a yard.
And Elston, by the way, Bob, we should point out, only a junior. 6'3", 215. I would think some colleges might be looking at him before his senior season is history.
Daly stands in his end zone, and he gets away a nice one. It will take a Jim Thorpe bounce across midfield and roll to the 41, or beg your pardon, the 46-yard line.
And again,
it is a 41-yard punt, no return.
Excuse me, again, good field position for the Spartans, and they really have not been able to take advantage of the field position they have had. Considering the field position, they should have more than 8 points on the board, which is a credit. The fact that they don't is a credit to that Jim Thorpe defense, which has held up very, very well after that one touchdown run by Wagner.
Lee Heighton has tied up Blue Mountain at 7 in the second quarter. Speaking of Lee Heighton, they will be our guest on the Monday Evening Quarterback this week. Monday at 7 o'clock on BRC 13. Libby back to work. Back in the game is Wagner. Wagner will fight to the 49-yard line. Ethan Mordaunt leads the charge for Jim Thorpe.
Jim Thorpe defense doing a heck of a job in the middle.
Give to Wagner. And Wagner got tripped up in the backfield. I think he got caught up with his own man. Roshak is there. Austin Williams, the strong side linebacker, is in on the stop as well. It's 3rd and 9.
Boy, and you know, North Schuylkill determined to run up the middle.
Libby Throws left side, it's complete. Dietz cuts inside a man, now bounces to the outside. Dietz to the 20, to the 15. He's caught at the 10 and thrown out of bounds at around the 5-yard line. It looked like Jim Thorpe had him and then lost him. It's a 42-yard gain.
Nice move there. There's where the offensive man on this field, under these conditions, had the advantage. He made a move and the defender just slipped.
Dylan Dietz came in with 32 yards on 4 catches. Well, he had more than that on that last play. It'll be 1st and goal. They'll actually mark him out at the 10-yard line.
I think we're going to have a clock adjustment here.
Please place 3:20. 3:20 on clock.
They want 3:20. There we go.
Yeah, the clock operator started the clock, and I thought the play was out of bounds, which should stop the clock.
Right. First and goal right at the 10-yard line. Wagner gets stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Number 19, Bob.
That is Colin Jacobs, the middle linebacker. Those numbers from a distance starting to muddy up a bit.
Yeah, and as we said earlier, if the defense gets penetration into the backfield, that's what happens. The runner can't get started, and a perfect example of that.
That loses 5. It'll be 2nd and goal back at the 15.
And you're going to see Libby keep the ball here, at least on this play, if not the next one.
Here is Libby on the keeper. He gets to the outside, makes a little move, and he scoots out of bounds at the 9.
And Jim Thorpe actually did a good job. There wasn't any room for him to run after he stepped out of bounds.
This is also not a very nice night to kick a field goal. We mentioned it's been raining for a month. And the fields, no matter how you work on the fields, they just can't handle it.
No.
Chawanski is into the game. He sets up sidecar left to Libby. Libby wants to throw. Will throw to the end zone. Wanted a little back shoulder. Coming back to it, Brandon Rockwell. He overthrew him. And it will be 4th and goal just inside the 10.
And, you know, I think if they, North Schuylkill.
Time out. North Schuylkill.
Had field goal aspirations,
first half.
They'd have run that ball into the middle of the field and set up an easy field goal. So I don't think they're going to go field goal here because it would be at quite an angle.
Wally Hall calls a timeout. He is in his 6th year at North Schuylkill. He's also spent time at Shenandoah Valley, Mahanoy area. And now here at North Schuylkill, it's his 12th year overall.
Yeah, both coaches come in tonight with a lot of experience. They know the game.
And Hall had success at each of those stops. Last year, they fell in the District 11 quarterfinal to Notre Dame. Of course, Jim Thorpe went 10-2. They were undefeated against teams not named Lehighton. They lost to him in a 9-0 versus 9-0 battle in Week 10 and then lost in the district semifinal. Libby play fake, wants to throw, rushes on, down he goes. It's Roshak who got in there for the sack. And Jim Thorpe will take over on downs and the Red Swarm rises again.
And hopefully for the Jim Thorpe people, the offense can gain some momentum from this defensive stand. Because the defense certainly has performed very, very well. And the North Schuylkill offense cannot be pleased with itself, considering the opportunities they have had here in the first half.
So Jim Thorpe takes over At the 15-yard line, Santiago keeps. Santiago nearly got to the outside, but he gets thrown down by Chawanski. He gains 7. Boy, it is hard to really get up ahead of steam if you have to take one step left or right.
Yeah. That was one of the nicest holes that Jim Thorpe back has had so far tonight.
Santiago again. A penalty marker has been thrown. Santiago will have first down yardage, but that flag is in the holding zone.
Yeah.
Number 55 is in that on the defensive side for the Spartans, Jack Kensey.
Oh, maybe a face mask.
And Jim Thorpe saying send them back. So looks like it is on North Schuylkill. Puts a hands to the face.
Personal foul. Hand to the face. Defense. 15 yards from the end of the run. First out.
That's a big penalty.
And from the end of the run, so they get the run by Santiago.
And the penalty did not occur in the vicinity of the ball carrier. It happened away from the action.
Well, one of the Olympian linemen ended up carrying his helmet. Santiago tucks and tries to run, and he will only get back to the line of scrimmage. It is Jesse White on the tackle. Let's see if we can see it.
I saw what might have been it, but it was a shove. It wasn't a long contact to the face.
Broken play here. Santiago is going to be thrown backward. Jake Green got in there early. Jesse White and Tyler Eldston finish him off.
Yes, and you notice Jim Thorpe has 2 timeouts, but they're not taking them. They, I think, are content to let this clock run out and go in at halftime with the score as it is.
They will have to run a play.
Yes, they will, but I don't think they want to take the chance of giving the ball back to North Schuylkill.
Hold on. Timeout. Jim Thorpe.
Now, North Schuylkill does have 1 timeout left.
Right.
So they can force Jim Thorpe to punt the ball if Jim Thorpe does not decide to run a play. Maybe they take a knee. So Jim Thorpe can't just take a knee and run the clock out.
Right.
He will have to run a play and most likely punt the ball. If I were North Schuylkill, I'd make you punt.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Anything can happen on a punt. And we've seen some bad snaps from center, not on punts. But we've seen the North Schuylkill center have some difficulty with snaps.
Once again, we welcome all our fans around the Commonwealth on PCN, the Pennsylvania Cable Network. If you love high school sports, PCN also provides coverage of soccer, field hockey, cross country, and girls volleyball this fall. Never miss a minute of the action by streaming sports on the PCN app. It's PCN Pennsylvania Sports. Of course, the state football championships will come up. I think it's the first weekend in December. Geisinger in motion. They'll give on the speed sweep, which on this field is a relative term, and he is met immediately by Jake Green. And North Schuylkill will take a timeout.
Right. There has been some very, very good tackling out here tonight. There was a perfect example.
Timeout. North Schuylkill.
So North Schuylkill calls its final timeout.
13 on the clock, please. 13.
13 seconds. The officials microphone comes on air, not to the stadium. That's why you hear us relaying to the box next to us with the scoreboard operator the time. So 13 seconds remain in the half, and it's going to be at least one play after the punt. Daly to punt.
Unless there's a run back that takes up the time.
Well, if the run back takes up 13 seconds, I think it's going to be a touchdown. And it's going to stop, and Jim Thorpe's going to just stand there and watch it and make the clock run out. I thought there would be a point where the official would finally blow that dead if it doesn't move. The Olympians were smart. They weren't going to give North Schuylkill any extra time.
The important thing there for Jim Thorpe was to stand over the ball and make sure that no one from North Schuylkill came along and scooped it up and ran with it. I lost a football game one night. 6-0 on that play.
North Schuylkill is going to kneel. Pocono Mountain West won a Mountain Valley championship on a play like that. Well, it's been a defensive battle. Two outstanding defensive teams have gone at it. One big play for the Spartans here. It was a 69-yard touchdown, and that's the offense. We've gone to the break on the Palmerton Garage Door scoreboard. It's North Schuylkill 8, Jim Thorpe nothing.
This is Craig Zern, President and CEO of the Jim Thorpe Neighborhood Bank. Being the oldest community bank in Carbon County, we understand tradition. We also understand the great football tradition that brings pride and joy to our schools and communities. We too are proud supporter of high school football and are your biggest fan and cheerleader. On behalf of our board of directors and employees, we wish all our local teams the best of luck and success this coming season. So go out and win one for the Gipper.
JTNB, member FDIC.
I'm John Meyer from Prime Lending Mortgage. I've been doing mortgages locally for over 25 years. When I see someone who recently bought a new home and I ask them how they like it, they invariably say, "We love it." That makes me feel great. That means it's the right house at an affordable payment. Maximizing credit scores, government programs, and seller's assist all help to make the perfect house a comfortable fit. Call the John Meyer team with Prime Lending. We love sitting down with you and talking about your plans.
Get the look you've always wanted from Arner Furniture with Amish and custom-made pieces for nearly every room in your home. Build your very own heirloom quality set with our unique and handcrafted Amish bedroom sets and solid hardwood dining room sets that your family will enjoy for generations.
Let our family take care of your family.
Arner Furniture, serving Carbon County with quality pieces since 1968. Online at arnerfurniture.com.
First National Pharmacy, your trusted family-owned and operated pharmacy for 4 generations. Come in today for all your prescription needs, medical supplies, and vitamins. We have a full line of immunization services for the flu, pneumonia, shingles, and more. Special orders such as pain medications can be placed at your convenience. While you stop by, don't forget to grab all of your lottery tickets, scratch-offs, and 99-cent greeting cards. Take advantage of our knowledgeable hometown pharmacy staff at First National Pharmacy in Lehighton. We want to be your pharmacy because we care.
Our halftime entertainment is brought to you by Carbon County Music and More, your one-stop source for all things musical, located at 115 South 2nd Street in Lehighton. With everything from instruments and sheet music to strings and accessories, it's the small-town music store with big savings. You won't see anybody marching, but you can listen to the North Schuylkill Band as they perform here at halftime.
This is Craig Zern, President and CEO of the Jim Thorpe Neighborhood Bank. Being the oldest community bank in Carbon County, we understand tradition. We also understand the great football tradition that brings pride and joy to our schools and communities. We too are a proud supporter of high school football and are your biggest fan and cheerleader. On behalf of our board of directors and employees, we wish all our local teams the best of luck and success this coming season. So go out and win one for the Gipper.
JTNB, member FDIC.
The Music Fest Cafe, presented by Yingling at Steel Stacks in Bethlehem. Rick Braun on October 10th. Josh Ritter on November 1st.
Getting ready to get down.
The Wood Brothers on November 4th. And Richard Thompson on November 9th. The Music Fest Cafe, presented by Yingling. For tickets, visit steelstacks.org today.
Palmerton Garage Doors can accommodate any of your residential or commercial garage door needs. Spruce things up or go with a whole new look. Custom framing, change 2 garage doors into 1, or even put a door where you didn't have one before. We can handle it all from start to finish. No separate contractor needed, including custom painting. You can even have a purple door. Call to schedule your free estimate on new installations.
We love garages. We'd love to do yours at Palmerton Garage Doors.
Doyle Heffley is fighting for Carbon County every day to create jobs and protect taxpayers. Representative Heffley voted to completely eliminate school property taxes and voted against the nearly $3 billion personal income tax increase. Heffley helps lead a bipartisan task force combating the crime and drug epidemics, and Heffley has successfully fought to increase education spending in every school district in Carbon County. Re-elect Doyle Heffley for state representative. He's one of us.
It's time for the Gimme a Zimmy halftime statistics. Halftime is the perfect time to enjoy an ice-cold Zimmerman's Dairy iced tea, proudly serving the area for over 100 years. Gimme a Zimmy. And those first half statistics, I don't think they're what everybody expected.
Yep.
This has become a defensive battle, and the offenses, I think you agree with this, Bob, have been hampered by the field conditions.
Yeah.
It is very, very difficult to get good footing, very difficult to make cuts. But with all of that said, the North Schuylkill Spartans, 97 yards rushing, 69 came on one play. So aside from that 69, they haven't done anything. Clearly, Jim Thorpe hasn't done anything. They're 33 yards, nothing to brag about. 7 first downs total between the two teams. The turnovers hurt both teams. The one penalty against Jim Thorpe could turn out, Bob, to be the biggest play of the game. Because if you remember, that occurred on the extra point that North Schuylkill lined up to attempt.
Right.
And North Schuylkill took the 5-yard penalty, half the distance to the goal, and instead of kicking the extra point, went for 2, made it, hence the 8-0 score. Okay, here's the one big play. Mitch Wagner, third play of the game. He had run the first 2, and here he went 69 yards for the score, and that has stood up throughout the entire first half because that came within the first 2 minutes of the first half. Here is Leiby on the 2-point conversion, and he just gets in. The official was standing right there, and he ruled that he was in the end zone, and the Jim Thorpe people didn't seem to argue. Here is a interception by the Spartans, by Dylan Dietz. That took the ball back to, I believe, the 25-yard line. And here is a fumble by Leiby, recovered by Jim Thorpe, hence that opportunity for North Schuylkill went nowhere. Santiago back to throw. Couldn't get it off. There's a beautiful tackle by Tyler Elsden. He's been all over the field in the first half. Probably going to see him here again. We highlighted him before the game, and he certainly has lived up to that advanced billing, Bob. Really very, very good.
Yeah.
I would guess, as you see him again, probably one of the outstanding linebackers that you have seen this year so far.
Yeah.
Here is a quick pass to Dylan Dietz, and he took that one all the way down to about the 5-yard line. And there's a sack by number 88 for Roshak, and that stopped the opportunity that North Schuylkill had there. North Schuylkill has certainly had more opportunities, and they really haven't taken advantage of them.
And we are at halftime. It is Schuylkill Division I play. At halftime, North Schuylkill leads Jim Thorpe 8-0. We're back in a moment.
First Northern Bank and Trust has deep roots in our community. Chartered 100 years ago, First Northern Bank and Trust has grown to 11 branches in the Poconos and Lehigh Valley. Longtime bank employees take pride and pleasure in providing a broad range of services to generations of customers. Today, First Northern Bank and Trust offers the latest in banking technology like remote deposits and online banking. For personal and business banking accounts and loans, contact First Northern Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
I didn't even want to come to college because I figured I would be wasting my time since I had literally no idea what I wanted to do. I feel like it's the smart decision just to come here and find yourself where it costs less anyway. And it's not just El Tri-C, it's not just a community college. It's a place where you can get your education, make friends. It is a college experience without all the downfalls. Because I started here, I can go anywhere.
First National Pharmacy, your trusted family-owned and operated pharmacy for 4 generations. Come in today for all your prescription needs, medical supplies, and vitamins. We have a full line of immunization services for the flu, pneumonia, shingles, and more. Special orders such as pain medications can be placed at your convenience. While you stop by, don't forget to grab all of your lottery tickets, scratch-offs, and 99-cent greeting cards. Take advantage of our knowledgeable hometown pharmacy staff at First National Pharmacy in Lehighton. We want to be your pharmacy because we care.
Well, welcome back to Jim Thorpe at halftime. It's North Schuylkill 8, Jim Thorpe nothing. It has been a defensive battle. Let's look back at our key people coming into the game. C.J. Selby has been held to just 11 yards on 9 carries.
And as we said before, I'm sure that North Schuylkill keyed on him. They weren't going to let him beat them, and that's how you design defenses. Here is the other guy we emphasized before the game, Tyler Elsden. He's all over the field. We don't have a number of tackles on the number of tackles that he's made tonight, but I'll tell you, it's plenty, and he has been everything we thought he would be. There is Leiby, the other gentleman we highlighted before the game, and he's been held in check. 7 carries, 7 yards. He's done more damage throwing the ball tonight, which certainly hasn't been the case. And then the Jim Thorpe defender that we highlighted was Dylan Daly, and he's been all over the field making plays tonight. So the 2 defensive people we highlighted before the game, Bob, have certainly lived up to their billing. The offensive guys, not so much, but I would attribute that to at least some degree to the field conditions.
Let's go back to our First Northern Bank and Trust keys to the game, and the battle at the line has certainly been a battle.
Yes, it has, and both teams, particularly both defensive lines, have done outstanding jobs. The offensive lines have simply not been able to open holes. Again, whether that can be attributed to the field conditions, I don't know, but it's consideration. But it's been a battle. It's been a war at the line of scrimmage.
Defense has won first down.
Yes, the defenses have. And that's, of course, what Coach Rosenberger wanted for his team. He's not particularly pleased that North Schuylkill has also won the first down battle. Mistakes, yes, there have been some, but the only one that has definitely played a part is the offside against Jim Thorpe on the extra point situation, where they were penalized half the distance to the goal. North Schuylkill went for 2, made it an 8-0 game. North Schuylkill has been penalized a few times when they were in good field position and gave themselves either first and long or second and long when they had good field position, and that certainly has hurt them. So there have been mistakes that have played a role in this game. What we're having here to begin the second half, Jim Thorpe's going to get the ball. You know, this is a crucial first possession for Jim Thorpe. I say that because if they cannot move the football, North Schuylkill could very easily get good field position on their first offensive possession of the second half. So Jim Thorpe wants to come out here to begin the second half and at least move the ball so that they don't turn it over to North Schuylkill with good field position.
The two other games in Division I, Tamaqua leads Pottsville 21-6 in the third. So Pottsville hands Tamaqua their first points given up all season. Tamaqua came into the game as the only team in Pennsylvania to not have given up a point this year. Pottsville has scored, but Tamaqua leads 21-6. Blue Mountain and Lehighton are getting ready to go to the third, tied at 7 apiece. Don't forget all your scores and highlights from around the Blue Ridge area come your way tonight, 10:30 on Friday Night Football. Mark, Big Game Lou, and the whole crew will have all the action from Week 6 as we turn to the second half of the season. So North Schuylkill will kick off. Geisinger is deep. Geisinger came over, but it's going to be Dolak who ends up with the ball, and he gets across the 25-yard line out to the 26.
That's a good return. That's a good return for Jim Thorpe.
Actually, that was Madera who was back deep. So Jim Thorpe starts at the 25-yard line. And Santiago keeps it. That looked like a broken play, and he will get nothing. He's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. And for North Schuylkill, again, it's Jake Green defensively with Jesse White.
Now, right now, Jim Thorpe can throw the ball to one of these two wide receivers out here because they're not really being covered.
Madera is hit immediately by Stavinsky. So two good defensive plays by North Schuylkill.
Yeah, Stavinsky, the other inside linebacker. He too came into the game with 27 tackles in the first 5 games.
3rd and 10. Santiago rolls this way, steps up, turns, cuts back across, slips a tackle, gets by another. A good no block in there. He'll get across the 40 to the 42. That's good for 17 and a Jim Thorpe first down.
And that's the play that the Olympians needed, big time. And that will go a long way in establishing field position and quite possibly establishing momentum for this Jim Thorpe offense.
Right here, somebody was about to get a block in the back and laid off.
Yep.
Santiago keeps, waits for a hole, finds one, and will get to the 48-yard line. It's a nice gain on first down. He is taken down by Jack Kempsey, the senior defensive end. It's a gain of 6. Madera, he puts his head down and he is stuffed. Eldston is there. Somebody's down at the bottom of the pile that clogged everything up. It's Stavinsky. And it will be 3rd and 4. They did attempt to throw on their last 3rd down. It turned into a Santiago run. Madera on the speed sweep stops. Penalty marker has been thrown. Madera will fight to the 46. It would be good for a 1st down. I don't know if they had enough guys on the line of scrimmage.
They didn't. Illegal formation. Only 6 men on the line of scrimmage.
Threw the flag before the play. How is this guy throwing the flag on me?
I don't know if that's right.
That should be the call.
Yeah. I don't know if we could see the beginning of this play before it even starts.
Offense, 5 in the backfield.
They're saying there were not 7 men on the line of scrimmage.
Right. 5 in the backfield is the way they called it. And it's the right call.
No, there wasn't a tight end on this. Actually, there was a tight end, but it was an unbalanced, I believe, this way.
Yeah, there were 5 guys in the backfield, clearly. And that hurts. Because I believe they had the 1st down, didn't they?
Yes. So now 3rd and about 8 for Jim Thorpe. Santiago rolls right, stops, dumps it off. That is complete. It's going to be a 1st down. They will get the 1st down to the 43. That's Kendall Herron who makes the catch and run.
And Santiago certainly stepping up here in the 2nd half as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I beg your pardon, it's Austin Williams who makes that catch.
Now, do you see Selby in the game?
No.
I don't
That's
either.
Geisinger on the carry.
I don't think Selby is in the game, Bob.
It's a gain of 2. He is on the sidelines. He's standing on the sidelines.
Something must be hurting, though.
Geisinger in motion. They fake to him. Santiago wants to run. He's not going to get there. It's Jesse White. A penalty marker comes in after the play, and it's going to be on North Schuylkill for throwing him down.
The only thing with that call, if that indeed turns out to be the call, is the wrong guy threw the flag.
Once again, James Toomey is our referee.
And he's the guy who was right there where the play occurred. He did not throw the flag.
Personal foul. Late hit. Defense. 15 yards from the end of the run. 1st down.
And that is huge.
Oh, it is. There was a late hit. Where? I didn't see. I have to be honest. I didn't see a late hit. The guy had him throughout the play.
Now the whistle had blown. That is part of it too. It was blown on forward progress. We cannot hear. We don't have the audio on the replay. That's Madera in motion. They give to him. He cuts up, turns, and he'll get about 3. And that middle of the North Schuylkill defense has done an outstanding job. And again, it's Eldston in the middle of it. They come this way on that play. Madera, and he is going to fight to the 26-yard line. It's Jack Kempsey, the defensive end, on the stop. It'll be 3rd and 5.
It appears as though Jim Thorpe feels they can move the ball by moving laterally as opposed to straight ahead.
That was the same play, 3 plays. They went right, left, right on that speed sweep, cut up, and a penalty marker has been thrown at the end of this play.
And I believe this is going to be personal foul or unsportsmanlike against Jim Thorpe, I think.
Ball, personal foul, offense, 50 yards from the end of the run, 4th down.
Oh, and the down counts.
And Jim Thorpe will have to punt.
Yes. And you see it just off to the left of your screen. That hurt too. Kids have got to keep their cool here. In a tight game like this, you don't want to give your opponent any breaks.
Daly to punt. Dietz is back there. He bobbles it at the 9, corrals it at the 10, and he's down at the 12. Geisinger is down on special teams. So is Thomas Garitano.
And we've got a flag on the far side. It's either offside, illegal formation.
Or a sideline warning.
Yes, it could be that. You're right. No, they're bringing it back, I believe.
5 men in the backfield. Offense, 5 yards from the previous spot. Remains 4th down. 5 and...
And Mark Rosenberger is disagreeing with both of these. He believes he had that 7th guy up on the line of scrimmage.
He may have here. I didn't see it, but he didn't clearly on the other one. No question.
So Daly will have to punt again. And it is a high punt that will take a Jim Thorpe bounce to the 25. So on the exchange, they pick up about 12 or 13 yards after that penalty.
Okay, so we've seen what Jim Thorpe did, made adjustments at halftime. Let's see what North Schuylkill has in store for the second half. And Jim Thorpe used up 5 minutes, 30 seconds on that first possession. And one way to play good defense is keep the other team's offense on the sideline.
Tamaqua leads Pottsville 28-6. Remember, North Schuylkill for the 3rd week in a row has to go on the road next week, and they will go to Tamaqua. Leiby is hit behind the line of scrimmage. Down he goes. John Klein, the senior defensive tackle, is right there to stuff him for a 2-yard loss.
Yes, and Leiby has found no room to run at all tonight. As we pointed out at halftime, he had, 7 yards on 7 carries? And I think he just got hurt on that play. He did. He's out.
Loss on the play, 2nd down and 12.
So now the 2 offensive stars seem to be on the sidelines for both teams. Selby for Jim Thorpe, Leiby for North Schuylkill.
And Wagner will take this across the 25 to the 27-yard line. The quarterback is Dietz. Dylan Dietz has come in. That was actually Chawansky on that carry. So Dietz is the new quarterback, at least for the moment.
Yep, he's a sophomore, 5'10", 175 pounds. And I don't know how much quarterback he's played this year, but certainly a big situation for him to step into.
He is a starting wide receiver. He tries to run left, turns, and nothing out there. Colin Jacobs comes up for the Olympians. It will be 4th and 9, and North Schuylkill will have to kick.
And right now, Jim Thorpe will have won the field position battle to begin the second half, because they should get excellent field position following this punt. one of the big things in football, as anybody who follows it realizes, is injuries.
North Schuylkill short a man. That's fumbled, loose ball, and the punter, Brandon Rockwell's not going to run. He's going to get close to a first down, but it's going to come back. They were missing an end on this near side. So it's hurt Jim Thorpe twice. And if you watched before the play, they ran somebody on. So not only didn't they have 11, but they only had 9 at one point. Five penalties, 55 yards called on North Schuylkill.
North Schuylkill is going to have to make some adjustments psychologically here with Leiby out.
Rockwell to punt again. Geisinger stands at midfield. A good snap this time. He gets away a line drive. That Geisinger will take on 2 hops, run to the right, slip a tackle at midfield, and go down at the 49-yard line. It's Josh Chawanski down on special teams for North Schuylkill. Jim Thorpe will have it in Spartan territory.
And good coverage, actually, because on a low kick like that, boy, you don't get much of a chance to get your people downfield. Well, let's see if Selby's on the field for Jim Thorpe here.
And the answer is no. They fake the sweep. That's going to be a motion penalty. Meanwhile, Roberto Santiago's trying to get outside. They will most likely refuse this as Elston comes up and drops him for a 3-yard loss.
You know, the thing that impresses us with Elston, he's quick. He chases down people from sideline to sideline. He's just not, even though he lines up in the middle of the field, that's not where he operates.
Shift, offense. 5-yard penalty from previous spot. Remains first down.
I think Wally Hall wants a word with one of the officials. He could refuse it. Because the guys in the backfield were moving, it does not become a penalty until the ball is snapped. So he should have had the opportunity to refuse it.
He didn't.
First and 15. Santiago rolls this way, has some time, runs out of time, down he goes. It's Jake Green, who's also had an outstanding defensive game.
And he's slow in getting up. This is one of those times where you say it was a coverage sack.
And now Green is struggling, and that looks like a cramp.
Either a cramp or a hamstring.
And they will have to come out and attend to him. 3 minutes, 20 seconds remain. They're going to pull that foot up so it looks like a cramp. Let's take a timeout. It's 8-0 North Schuylkill.
When you think big, great things can happen. Introducing GeForce from Penteledata, a mind-blowing, game-changing broadband tool for your business. Because downloading at gig speeds lets you stream numerous HD videos, browse the net and multitask projects with no lag time, all at once and all over our reliable fiber network.
Now what can be bigger than that?
Call today to find out more. Think big, think gig. With GeForce from Penteledata.
Experience Country Inn & Suites, close to home with beautifully remodeled rooms, perfect for your next getaway.
Enjoy a complimentary hot breakfast and relax in our heated indoor pool, or work out in our fitness center. Your family pet is always welcome, and high-speed internet is always free. Our brand new meeting rooms are a great option for your next business conference. Country Inn & Suites on Interchange Road in Lehighton. Relax, the rest comes easy.
The Music Fest Cafe, presented by Yingling at Steel Stacks in Bethlehem. Rick Braun on October 10th. Josh Ritter on November 1st. The Wood Brothers on November 4th. And Richard Thompson on November 9th. The Music Fest Cafe, presented by Yingling. For tickets, visit steelstacks.org today.
So Jake Green is okay. He will walk off under his own power. Meanwhile, we can tell you that Blue Mountain has taken the lead on Lehighton. 13-7 in the third.
Second down 18.
Second and 18 for Jim Thorpe, back in their own territory at the 42. Santiago stopped, and I thought when that receiver at the end stepped back and went in motion, he wasn't on the line. Selby is back in. It was actually Selby who ran the ball that time. And it will be third and 18. So Selby is back in the game.
Lipshaw, the nose guard, on that tackle. And that's good to see. That's good to see. And I hope that Libby is able to return for North Schuylkill.
That is Selby in motion. They fake to him. Santiago rush, dumps it off. That is complete. Just across midfield to the original line of scrimmage.
And you have
it is Austin Williams on the catch.
And you have to punt here, certainly.
Daly is in to punt.
Right now it's become a battle of field position. And Jim Thorpe at this point is winning that battle.
Daly drops the ball, and he does get off a nice kick. Dietz will let it bounce, and it will roll to the 5-yard line. So a nice punt by Daly after having to recover from dropping this. This could have been disaster for Jim Thorpe, and he gets away a nice kick.
Yeah, but North Schuylkill was not making any effort to block it or put pressure on. Now the question is, does Libby come out as quarterback, or is
Dylan
Dietz, number 19, going to be the quarterback? And that's a big question, or in the big if. I'm guessing that Libby will not come out. I hope I'm wrong.
They're also working on Jake Green, who is the fullback. And the answer is Libby's back in.
Okay, good. Good. I do not want to see injuries have anything to do with this game.
Wagner runs left, gets some nice yardage out to the 7. He gets a couple, gives them a little breathing room.
Excuse me, if you notice, Libby took the snap from center, under center that time, for the first time tonight, which would suggest that his injury is going to curtail what he can do.
Second and 8. And now he's back in that pistol. And the Olympian stuff, Mitch Wagner, back at the 3-yard line.
And there is something that I have said all along. Once you get penetration into that offensive backfield, the offense shuts down. And here's penetration.
It's Jacobs who got through. Colin Jacobs.
Yep. And that's because they're blitzing those linebackers, and North Schuylkill at this point not able to pick them up. And that could be a very, very big factor in the outcome of this football game.
This is only the third game for Jacobs. who missed a couple with an injury. Leiby fakes, turns, steps up. Did he get out of the end zone? Yes, they will call him down at the 1 yard line. The Olympians thought they had the safety, but they do say that he got out of the end zone to the 1 yard line.
And this North Schuylkill offense right now, Bob, really hurting. Now, I believe, I may be wrong, but I believe they can allow the clock to run out here in the third quarter. And really, so what if they take a penalty, if they in fact want to punt in the opposite direction? The penalty would be half the distance to the goal, and that would...
And that ends the third quarter. A defensive battle throughout. Let's see if Jim Thorpe can win this battle of field position. North Schuylkill will punt from their end line when the fourth quarter begins. That's it for 3 on the Palmerton Garage Door scoreboard. It's North Schuylkill 8, Jim Thorpe nothing.
Palmerton Garage Doors can accommodate any of your residential or commercial garage door needs. Spruce things up or go with a whole new look. Custom framing, change 2 garage doors into 1, or even put a door where you didn't have one before. We can handle it all from start to finish. No separate contractor needed, including custom painting. You can even have a purple door. Call to schedule your free estimate on new installations.
We love garages, we'd love to do yours at Palmerton Garage Doors.
Doyle Heffley is fighting for Carbon County every day to create jobs and protect taxpayers. Representative Heffley voted to completely eliminate school property taxes and voted against the nearly $3 billion personal income tax increase. Heffley helps lead a bipartisan task force combating the crime and drug epidemics, and Heffley has successfully fought to increase education spending in every school district in Carbon County. Re-elect Doyle Heffley for state representative. He's one of us.
We are back at Jim Thorpe along with Jim Nunemaker, our director Anthony Zayak, and the entire Blue Ridge crew out of Lehighton. I'm Bob Capasso. We welcome everybody watching across the Commonwealth on PCN, the Pennsylvania Cable Network. We have had a defensive struggle between 2 unbeaten teams. It's 8-0 North Schuylkill as we start the fourth quarter, and the Spartans will punt from their own end zone. It is Brandon Rockwell with his heels backed up to the end line. Sharon Geisinger is only as far as the 25-yard line. He does get off the punt. It's a line drive. It will roll and stop at the 35. Geisinger picks it up there. Slips a little, gets away from one tackler, turns the corner, 25, skids to a stop, turns, and there's a block in the back at the 30-yard line, so this is coming back.
I thought there was a hold against North Schuylkill at that point, Bob. Let's see what the officials saw. Is there another flag downfield? The way
there's 2 flags at the same spot.
Okay.
Or just about at the same spot. Wow. It is a face mask, so we're both wrong. And that will be tagged on at the end of the play.
Kicking team, half the distance to the goal line. First down.
Right there it was.
Yeah, it was not on the return guy. It was on one of the would-be blockers.
Yeah.
There's Mark Rosenberger. His team is inside the 10-yard line. Zamakwa has taken a 35-6 lead on Pottsville. Jim Thorpe has it at the 7-yard line. Santiago alone in the backfield. Selby, he fakes to him. He runs left. Does he have an opening? He slips one tackler and then gets smothered at about the 3-yard line.
Santiago kept that, Bob.
Yes.
Okay, I thought you said Selby. No, Santiago kept a nice fake by.
Yeah, he faked to Selby going by, and that gave him a little bit of room, but. The tackle was made by Zach Chawanski. They'll mark it at the 4-yard line. Again, Selby in motion. This time they do give to him. He stopped back at the 5. And it's Jake Green who had gone out. Or was that Stavinsky too? There's a lot of mud on those uniforms now. That was right the first time.
Yeah, you were.
It was Jake Green. So he is back. Selby again. They give to Selby. Selby tries to turn, and he cannot get past Dylan Dietz, who grabbed a hold of his leg and held on for dear life and got some help from Jesse White.
And Dietz has played the corners well tonight. We have seen him any number of times come up and make tackles, either at the line of scrimmage or behind.
4th and goal at the 5-yard line.
And you throw.
Santiago fakes, turns, wants to throw, chucks it into the end zone, caught, touchdown. Touchdown, Olympians. It is complete to Austin Williams, his first touchdown of the season. I beg your pardon, his first touchdown reception of the season, his second touchdown overall.
When Santiago held his ground there, he knew he was going to get clobbered, but he did a nice job. Made a good throw. He's been the key to Jim Thorpe's success here in the second half.
Now the Olympians have to go for 2. Santiago rolls right, had a guy open, but he couldn't get out there to throw the ball because Jesse White was coming in to make the tackle.
And you're right, there was a guy open, and I'm sure it was Santiago's primary receiver, but for whatever reason, he couldn't get himself set to throw.
But Jim Thorpe has scored, and on the Palmerton Garage Door scoreboard, it's now North Schuylkill 8 and Jim Thorpe 6. Here's the touchdown again.
It's almost as though he just threw it in desperation, but if indeed that's the case, it was a well-thrown ball. How about an onside kick here? Too early?
Too early. They scored that touchdown on field position.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they'd want to give North Schuylkill the same opportunity.
I agree. I think you're right.
Here's the other issue with that. An onside kick's got to be tough with the footing on this field.
They can't stop me, baby. They can't stop.
So Chris Condley will come in to kick off.
And this return is big because, again, field position.
Josh Stankiewicz and Danny Grigas are deep. And it will come to the short man. Stavinsky takes it at the 16-yard line to the near side. He gets a block on the corner, and he's out of bounds at the 34-yard line.
And that's big. I don't believe North Schuylkill has a first down here in the second half, do they?
No.
They've done nothing offensively. And I think their quarterback, who has been the mainstay of their offense this year, is hurting. I don't know how effective he's going to be. And that Jim Thorpe defensive line has just done an outstanding job of.
Libby will keep. He will get to the outside. A penalty marker has been thrown.
And penalties.
It's Roshak out there with Jacobs.
Penalties at this point are going to be big, Bob, because they're going to go a long way in determining field position.
Ran on the field after the ball was. Okay, sir. Substitution, defense, 5-yard penalty, and still first down.
Mark Rosenberger's asking why he can't run an 11th guy on the field. I don't know if they had 12 on the field.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly didn't see what happened.
First down 5.
But, you know, that can hurt. Particularly if North Schuylkill is able to pick up a first down with this possession.
Especially after winning first down. That was a big thing for Mark Rosenberger. Here's the handoff. Wagner. Wagner to the right side will pick up a yard, if that much.
Comes across, taken out of bounds. It's Dylan David over there.
Roshak and Jacobs are out there. It's second down and about 3 at the 41.
Second down 3.
Libby had trouble with that. He's able to hold on to it, but he does not get much. And it's Roshak again, the end on that side coming up. It'll be third and a short 3, a long 2 here for North Schuylkill.
Nice play by Roshak. That's just outstanding defense. Took away the outside, took away the inside. Can't do it any better.
8:25 remains fourth quarter. The handoff to Wagner. He's stopped short of a first down.
Mr. Wagner again comes up short of a fourth down.
Fourth and a yard for North Schuylkill. Will they go for it? And now there is an injured Olympian on the field.
Again, a Olympian down. Again, our trainer is right on the field.
I don't know. This is a tough call. I think my gut feeling, Bob, is you play field position, you punt the ball. Mm-hmm. That's my gut feeling. I can also understand the thinking that you don't want to give the ball back to Jim Thorpe.
A big game that concerns these teams for district rankings. Notre Dame leads Palisades 26-20. Both of those teams have one loss and are in the AAA classification. Haven leads Mahanoy 21-0. Wallenpaupack has taken a 28-21 lead on Wyoming Valley West. Parkland and Nazareth are tied in the third at 21. Pocono Mountain East has taken a 2-point lead in the battle for the Old Oaken Bucket, 17-15 in the third. Hazleton and Delaware Valley tied at 28. Northwestern big on Palmerton, 49-0. Stroudsburg 36, Allen 0. Stroudsburg has a big one with Northampton next week. Deeriff leads East Stroudsburg North 28-7. 6. Williamsport 13, Scranton 10. Honesdale trails Abington Heights 15-13. That's Ethan Mordaunt, who comes off. Emmaus leads Liberty 28-0. Marion up on Minersville 14-7 in the third. Southern Lehigh has beaten Northern Lehigh 42-0. Tamaqua up 35-6 on Pottsville. Blue Mountain 13-7 in the fourth up on Lehighton. Northampton 14-7 in the third up on East Stroudsburg South. 4th and a yard. North Schuylkill will go for it. Libby is up under center. Hard count. Will they even run a play? And he steps back and takes a timeout.
Timeout. North Schuylkill.
And you could guess that was coming. Not a surprise. And I think if in fact they do go ahead and punt it, that's the right call. Make Jim Thorpe
first
go a long way.
One other score to pass along. Panther Valley leads Shenandoah Valley 14-13 in the fourth. All your scores and highlights come up on Friday Night Football. FNF with Mark Big Game Lou and the rest of the crew at 10:30 tonight on BRC 13. We also say hello to our statewide audience on PCN, the Pennsylvania Cable Network. This winter and spring, PCN is your place to watch the PIAA championships. Tune in to catch championship matchups in football, basketball, volleyball, track and field, and more on PCN. Go to PCNTV.com for the complete schedule. North Schuylkill will go into punt formation. Brandon Rockwell is deep. And they do snap it to him. And he gets away a nice kick that is angled toward the sideline, and it rolled along the sideline, and it nearly stayed in and rolled to the 5-yard line, but it just does touch the line at around the 20.
Looks like they're spotted inside the 20 versus Paralympians.
Now penalties could play a big role. They could hurt Jim Thorpe as they try to move. They could help Jim Thorpe if they're against North Schuylkill. So both teams want to be very, very careful not to do anything to draw a penalty, particularly a major penalty.
Selby is in there. That's Geisinger in motion. They fake to him. Santiago rolls right, nothing there. Turns and gets thrown down back inside the 10-yard line.
Guess who?
And that's Eldston again. He had 13 tackles last week. I'll guarantee you he has more than that tonight. Now remember, Mordaunt came off after being injured there, and he is the offensive right guard.
No, it wasn't Elston. Let's get Jake Green made that tackle, Bob. Got to give him credit.
Quick dump off here to Selby. Selby tries to turn the corner. That's a great tackle. Coming up from his safety spot, Dylan Dietz, the sophomore. It will be 3rd and about 15.
You sure it wasn't Brandon Rockwell? I thought it was 21, Bob, to be honest with you. And I only want to give credit to the kid who really deserves it. Nope, you're right. It was Dietz. Good call.
Santiago rolls left, has time, stops, nobody's open though. Throws, has it tipped in the air and caught for a first down. Roshek's got it. He caught it on the tip at the 30-yard line.
That'll be another first down.
I don't know if the defender had a chance to bat the ball down, but that's what you teach your defensive backs. Bat the ball down. No, he didn't. He didn't have a chance to bat it down. Though not a mistake on his part.
First down, Jim Thorpe. Boy, it looked like they were backed up. Here's the screen. It's dumped off. Selby, boy, he had to float it over the defenders coming in. That's why it took so long. Jesse White was able to recover and make the tackle. It's a gain of 2. Under 6 minutes remain. Madera goes nowhere. He stopped at the 35-yard line, and that is Zach Chawanski who comes in and makes the tackle.
And he's down. He too may have a cramp. Let's hope it's a cramp. Cramps are not serious injuries. They hurt.
Yeah.
But they're not serious injuries.
Chawanski is up.
Under his own power again. Awesome.
It will be 3rd and 7 for Jim Thorpe with 5.5 left. Jim Thorpe does have 3 timeouts. They have an unbalanced line to the left. Santiago rolls that way, stops, turns, throws, complete. This is Roshak. Roshak breaks away from one guy and gets to the 45-yard line. It's a 20-yard gain and another 3rd down conversion for the Olympians.
Boy, has Santiago stepped up here in the second half for the Olympians. He's run the ball from time to time, and he's thrown in accurate passes in crucial situations.
That is his 8th straight completion. Play fake, he steps up. Now buys some time, tucks, looks, and fights to the 43-yard line, a gain of 2.
And it's getting close, Bob, to 4-down territory. Previously, if they had not made the first down, they'd have punted. But now, and I hope this isn't Santiago.
Santiago.
That's not going to help, because he has been their offense here in the second half.
And that is a cramp.
Yeah.
But he will have to come out for a play.
Right.
David Calcano is the backup quarterback. Now, would they go to him, or they do have several plays that they do a direct snap to Selby?
I don't know if Selby can throw the ball.
David Calcano is a sophomore. And meanwhile, they work on Roberto Santiago. Those things never want to go away. Calcano has not thrown a pass. In fact, nobody on the Jim Thorpe team has thrown a pass other than Santiago.
I'll be very surprised if he doesn't get back in very shortly. In fact, if Jim Thorpe can pick up a first down, he'll be back in.
Let me qualify that. Other than Geisinger's tonight, so nobody has thrown one coming. Nobody had thrown one coming into the game. Geisinger will take the snap, and the Olympians flinched, and it's enough to gain a penalty flag.
5-yard penalty. Still second down. 5, Bo, 5.
What Jim Thorpe has been doing on their successful pass plays, they've been flooding the left side, and that's because I think they outnumber the North Schuylkill defenders on that far side.
7 penalties, 50 yards. Geisinger running left. He cuts up and will get to the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 5. He lost the ball. They're going to call it down. North Schuylkill says they have the ball. The officials were saying it was down. And now it's Geisinger getting up a little slow.
Number 33, Jesse White.
He's down. The official on the far side was saying he was down. So now 3rd and 9. Geisinger still in there at quarterback.
Here again.
High snap. It's over his head. He will pick it up and try and make something, and he is going to slip away from one guy, and down he goes back at the 42-yard line, brought down by Jason Lipshaw. That will lose 10, and it's going to be 4th and long for the Olympians.
4th down coming up.
And to put it mildly, in fact, I even hate to say it, that hurt. That's so obvious.
And Jim Thorpe is going to take a timeout. Oh, no, I beg your pardon. North Schuylkill will take the timeout.
Which makes some sense. I'm sure that Coach Hall wants to alert his kids to the possibility of a fake punt. Certainly it's time for one. And they want to make sure that they don't do anything foolish here. Stay away from the ball. Don't rough the kicker. Use your heads, kids.
Daly will punt. It is 4th and 23. So they'd have to go a long way. They do not have anybody deep, so they're hedging their bet here. Daly gets a beaut away.
Yep.
And we'll see if Jim Thorpe can play field position. They downed it at the 13-yard line. And with 3 minutes and 6 seconds left, the Olympians need 3 stops. 3 timeouts, although I don't know if they would take one right away.
All depends on what North Schuylkill's able to do on 1st down.
And if you're North Schuylkill, you would love about 6 yards here. You would love a 1st down, but you like 6 yards, and you put Jim Thorpe in that dilemma. Is that too much to take a timeout? You start to force Jim Thorpe's hand with the timeout situation. Libby will keep. He will run right, and he gets tripped up right around the line of scrimmage. He might have even lost a yard, and Jim Thorpe has decided to play it out here and take the timeout.
Timeout. Jim.
It will be 2nd and 12. And now Jim Thorpe has to make the stops here.
Yeah.
Because they have used that timeout.
I'm going to ask again, does North Schuylkill have a 1st down in the 2nd half? No, I didn't think so. They have been completely shut down, which says an awful lot about this Jim Thorpe defense, which people have been talking about all year. And certainly following tonight's ball game, they have lived up to what everybody has been saying. And say what you will about the caliber of the first 5 teams they played. They've played a good team here tonight, and that defense has more than done the job.
This game, to this point, has come down to one play.
Well,
a minute and a half into the game, a 69-yard touchdown run.
And then
by Mitch Wagner.
An offside penalty.
Right. It gave him the opportunity to go for 2 and make the 2. Libby hands off Wagner. Wagner runs right. Can the Olympians run him out of bounds? The answer is yes, and it saves the Olympians a timeout. He only gets back to the line of scrimmage, and it will be 3rd and 12.
Now here's where, he's got to use his head. He can't let himself be pushed out of bounds.
Lehighton has taken a 14-13 lead on Blue Mountain in the 4th. We will have the Lehighton Indians on the Monday evening quarterback this week.
Yeah, getting run out of bounds, that was a big play. That really helped Jim Thorpe.
Wagner stopped in the backfield. It's Jacobs. And on 4th down, North Schuylkill will have to punt from their own end zone, and Jim Thorpe takes its 2nd time out.
Well, no room to run. No room at all.
Jim Thorpe. Second.
And, North Schuylkill has had such poor field position here in the second half. They've really not had a place to throw the football. They threw the ball, 3 times in the first half, completed 2 for pretty good yardage. And they haven't been anywhere where they could throw the ball here in the second half. That's how dominant the Jim Thorpe defense has been. Most important play right now, snap from center.
Right. Once again, Jim Thorpe tied a school record for wins a year ago, going 10-2. They beat Tamaqua in the quarterfinals of the District 11 AAA playoffs, then lost to Lehighton for the 2nd time in 3 weeks in the semifinal. Rockwell standing in his end zone. Geisinger is at the 35. High snap, he pulls it down, gets away a nice end-over-end kick. Not real long, though, and it goes out of bounds. It actually angled out, so it's going to be much shorter than the kick actually was. They are still walking, and they're going to mark this at the 20-yard line.
Certainly Jim Thorpe has the opportunity they were hoping for.
So Jim Thorpe will get it. They'll mark it at the 21. It was the angle of the kick. He got a nice high kick.
Yeah, but it went off the side of his foot.
But he angled it out of bounds, and now Jim Thorpe has a chance. Selby is wide to the left, and Geisinger wide to the right. Santiago is back in there. They fake to Selby. Santiago tried to hit the brakes, and he slips and falls. If he hadn't, he was going to get run over by Keith Stavinsky anyway. And it will be 2nd and 10. Actually, 2nd and 11. They'll give him a yard loss.
Here again, this wide receiver to this side is wide open on a quick pass. I'm really surprised they haven't. Well, yeah, here they come. But
out to Selby. Can he get some blocks? He's caught from behind. It's Elston who makes the tackle.
Well, if North Schuylkill wins this game and they give the game ball to anyone, it better be to Elston.
They're going to load things up to the left. In fact, they have an unbalanced line left side. Selby comes back to the backfield. Santiago rolls left. Rolling. Finally finds someone and throws it behind them. It was Medea, the intended receiver. Green was
in the end zone.
Yeah, Geisinger is standing in the end zone.
Wide open the whole play. Well, here you go, Bob. This is the play.
Here's the game. It's 4th and 11. If you're Jim Thorpe, do you take a timeout here to make sure you have the right play? You can't use them on defense. You don't have enough. And they will take a timeout. If they looked a little rushed,
Jim Thorpe.
It's not going to help them on defense.
3rd and final timeout.
Because if they give up the ball here, with only one timeout, North
Right.
Schuylkill can all but kneel it away.
Well, there's a minute and 36 seconds, as we can see on our screen, to go. Now they have no timeouts, so they're really going to have to, if they do pick up the first down here, they're going to have to hurry on all of their subsequent plays.
Now remember, in high school, you stop on a first down only to set the chains, and the issue with that is some officials are quick. As soon as they put the ball down before the chains even get set up, they're starting the clock. Others will hold things off until everything is settled.
Roshak has been Santiago's favorite receiver. I'm looking for Garinger too, because certainly he's a threat.
Santiago to throw, steps up to the end zone. They're going to play it out here. It's overthrown. He wanted Roshak, and Leiby was there. But a penalty marker has been thrown, and the Olympians believe it is against North Schuylkill. It's going to be a face mask. What type of face mask, though? Is it a 5 or a 15? That's James Toomey in the white cap. So the Olympians will live to play another down.
The question is, will they live to play another 4 downs?
Right. Is this a first down or not? Because this, I believe, is going to be half the distance.
Personal foul, defense, hand to the face mask. Half the distance.
So it's not a first down.
Right.
Those are no longer automatic first downs. There's the hands to the face right there on the end. So it's still going to be fourth down. The ball,
but if it's just a hand of the first face mask.
They're trying to decide if half the distance gives them a first down. The ball is at the 22, half the distance is 11, and that's where the first down marker is. It's close. And this is a big call. I think it's going to be short. And they're going to measure it.
But if it's not a personal foul, isn't it only a 5-yard penalty?
It was a personal foul, but the personal foul is no longer an automatic first down.
He didn't call it a personal foul. He just said hands to the face mask. He did not say personal foul. He did not give the personal foul signal.
It's not a first down. So now if you're Jim Thorpe, do you try and just plow ahead for the few inches you need?
Oh, sure.
8 penalties, 86 yards called on North Schuylkill.
Yeah, North Schuylkill has been really hurt by penalties here in the second half. And they've been big ones.
Lehighton has scored another. They're up 20-13 on Blue Mountain. That in Schuylkill Division 1. This is Schuylkill Division 1. Tamaqua has remained unbeaten through 6 games now. They have won.
Here's where you wish your quarterback was accustomed to taking snaps under center.
And look where they put the ball.
Yeah.
Right in that brown spot. That means mud. So even if you're going to just try a quarterback sneak and plow forward, footing can be an issue.
Yeah, but certainly you don't want to take the ball back 3 or 4 yards. You'd rather have a quarterback sneak.
North Schuylkill's going to load up the nose.
And he is going to take the snap from center. Underneath.
Santiago under center. He'll take it. He'll run left. He'll get the first down. To the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal, Olympians. And that's big on big, man. Those big guys up front. New life for Jim Thorpe. And here's a situation where they put that ball down and they started that clock. So the clock starts a minute 20 left. Santiago wants to throw. Flush, throws right, low, caught, hit the ground. It hit the ground. It was Austin Williams, the intended receiver. It's tough. I'll tell you what, that ball must weigh a ton.
Yeah.
And be very slippery. That ball's on the ground. .108 left. 2nd and goal from the 10 for Santiago and the Olympians. High snap, he'll roll left. Step up, step out. Now he'll tuck, he'll run, he'll cut back, he'll get to the 5-yard line. The clock has gone under the 1-minute mark. Are they going to clock it? If they clock it, they're only going to have one more play.
Do they have a field goal kicker?
He is 0 for 1, Conley. He has only missed 1 extra point this year. The throw to the end zone. It is nearly intercepted by Dylan Dietz. And now it will be 4th down.
And a field goal.
And here comes the field goal unit. Conley, again, is 30 of 32 on PATs, 0 for 1 on field goals. And they need to find a good spot for him to kick this ball. Noah Snisky is the holder. Conley from 24, and North Schuylkill will ice him. And they're not going to make Conley stand there. Now he's coming off.
No, he's coming off, I think, to practice. I think he's going to kick some into the net, no? And that was my thought. Because I don't know if he's been kicking into the net. I don't know if he has warmed up.
They're going to get a couple of snaps here.
Yeah.
That is Daly, the long snapper. So Daly is the long snapper, Snisky the holder, Conley the kicker with 30 seconds left. It will be a 24-yarder from the left hash mark. Now make it 23. Good snap, good hold. The kick is no good.
And I don't see any flags.
The Olympians want running into the kicker. They're not going to get it, although the officials are looking at something. I do not see a flag. And North Schuylkill can kneel the game out. Here it is again.
Yep, no flags.
Yeah. Fuck.
No, there was a penalty against somebody. Jim Thorpe, because the ball's been moved out to the 20-yard line.
North Schuylkill will kneel, and a penalty marker flies.
Don't spoil the game.
Both coaches making sure their players back up.
Yeah, don't spoil the game.
At this point, you let him kneel.
I don't mind a guy, trying to cause a fumble. That doesn't bother me. But it's the extracurricular stuff beyond that.
I don't want you out here.
You know what? If the officials decide to throw somebody out, that means that individual can't play next week.
Correct.
Now, somebody said, I don't want you out here. So if somebody's been ejected, that's not
Personal
only...
foul. Defense. First down.
Yeah, Jim Thorpe has nothing to be ashamed of. Granted, they're disappointed. It's going to be a long weekend, but don't spoil the game, the effort they've put forth by doing anything.
It's not really a...
That wasn't that bad.
Not really a penalty. I mean, they snapped the ball and he came in and hit somebody. It's not like... I mean, unless something happened after it. But you come running in, the ball is snapped, and you play. And the clock is going to run out. North Schuylkill will hold on for an 8-6 victory.
And I certainly agree that your expression, hold on, is the right one. Yeah, they did. They held on. They did not play well the second half. Jim Thorpe dominated the second half, very definitely. In fact, as we've pointed out, North Schuylkill did not have a first down except for the ones they've gotten here with the penalties. But they did not earn a first down in the second half. And that's Jim Thorpe defense responsible for that.
Well, they held Jaden Leiby to just 2 yards rushing, and Leiby had not been held under 100 rushing. In fact, his low was 146 this year.
Right. And they gave him no room to run at all.
On the other side, Selby, who had been outstanding. In fact, his low had been 90 yards in a blowout when he only had 4 carries. He finishes with 13 carries and 8 yards. So the defenses were certainly the stars of this ball game.
Yes, the two outstanding players, and there were a lot of them really, particularly on the defensive side. But offensively, the outstanding player was Roberto Santiago for Jim Thorpe. He did a nice job. He ran the ball, and he threw some nice passes, completed passes in big situations, threw for the one Jim Thorpe touchdown. But defensively, a lot of outstanding people, but we were particularly impressed with Elsden of North Schuylkill, number 40. I mean, he played from sideline to sideline, and he's a good one, to say the least.
Santiago finishes 8 for 12 for 69 yards and a touchdown passing, 20 carries, 33 yards. The touchdown to Austin Williams. And, of course, on the other side, the 69-yard touchdown run by Mitch Wagner, just barely a minute and a half into the ball game, stands up as the difference in this one.
And the two-point conversion. I can't forget that. That was made possible by an offside penalty against Jim Thorpe. Moved the ball to the 1.5-yard line, and North Schuylkill chose to go for 2 and did get to barely. As we said, Bob, at the beginning, this game would be decided at the line of scrimmage, and it was. But neither team came away with a win at the line of scrimmage. It was a standoff.
So that'll do it here. We thank everybody for tuning in across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania on the Pennsylvania Cable Network. Glad to have PCN join us here this evening. Good to see you again. My old partner Jim Nunemaker joining us. He had retired a couple of years ago. Gets a couple of spot starts here, and it's good to see him up here in the booth.
It was certainly my pleasure, and as I said earlier, I'm glad George took this week to take off because we saw a good football game. Not a lot of scoring, in fact, not much offense at all, let alone not a lot of scoring. But it was still a good, hard-fought football game against two well-coached, well-disciplined football teams.
We thank Brendan Murphy for his numbers up here. We thank both coaches, both Wally Hall and Mark Rosenberger, for their help getting ready. Of course, a shout out to the Times News guys for their great stats as well. So we appreciate all that help and everyone here at Jim Thorpe as well. The final score here tonight, North Schuylkill 8 and Jim Thorpe 6. For Jim Nunemaker, our director Anthony Zayak, and the entire BRC 13 and PCN crew, I'm Bob Capasso. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great weekend.